Hello and welcome to LivEveryPlay. I'm Nathan Powell, Creative Director here at Everyman Playhouse Theatres, and this is our podcast where we speak everything backstage to centre stage moments. And today I am thrilled to have three incredible guests with me. We have the team behind Attachment, writer Julia Cranney, actor Paislie Reid, and director Kate Treadell. Welcome everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah. And you guys are fresh out of rehearsal, right? So thank you very much for coming down and sitting to chat with us. How's today been?
Glitchy,
yeah.
It was a big glitch day, wasn't it? So, yeah, big glitch day. So it's been different to, I guess, all the other days of last week because we've been just in techie sound and wasn't a lot of you having to say a lot of things, which is different from Friday, which was a lot of you having to say a lot of stuff.
And how far into rehearsals are we? Where are we in the process?
This is week two.
Week two.
Week two, yeah. So
Nice.
Paisie's already nailed it. It's all done.
And we'll spend some time talking about the show in a moment, but it's lovely just to hear a little bit about how you got into theatre and your connection with this theatre in particular. This is, I think, quite a unique show in terms of you guys working on it and your history of the theatre. Paislie was just giving me bare grief a moment ago because we haven't hyped up enough the fact that Paislie is a YEP graduate, and all three of you are YEP graduates.
Yeah.
So talk us through. So Kate, can we start with you? How did you first get involved with the Everyman Playhouse?
So mine was like probably a bit upside down, I guess, because I'd already been away and I'd studied down south, and then I was working a bit too, but then I decided to come home, and then I was like, oh, how do you do that here? Because I didn't know anyone, and I didn't know anyone, and I'd came to see a show in the Playhouse, and I'd also seen a show in Edinburgh, both clean break plays that were directed by Lucy Morrison. And I was like, maybe that's what I want to do. But because I'd already kind of been away and studied different stuff, I had no way to figure out if that was what I wanted to do. And then I found YEP. And I got on the young directors, so it was like a perfect place to try it out. I was just saying then, wasn't I, that I was 24, so they let you come into YEP when you're 24, but you actors have to leave a little bit before that, so I was lucky enough to I was lucky enough to just get in there as an old lady at 24. But yeah, so that's what I did. So it was I did young directors for a year, and it was amazing. It was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. Matt and Tomo were just great, and it just like that perfect environment really to try stuff out and figure out whether it was for you or what it was going to bring and all that sort of stuff. So it was brilliant. And I cast Julia in a play. And our lighting designer, gorgeous Kieran, was tech that show as well. So the first play that I directed was you were in, and Kieran was part of too. So it's boss, because we're all back in the room.
Back in the room. Reunited. And Jules then, so how did you get involved with YEP? What did you do with YEP?
So I was on the writers program, but I think I'm younger than Kate, but I'm too old to have been in YEP. Because I did it when I was 18, so it was before YEP had formed. So I was on the writers program when it was Lindsay Rodden and Suze Bell, and I was the baby of the group, and everybody else felt like they really knew what they were doing. Because I'd auditioned for drama school, I wanted to be an actor, and I got a place, but I didn't get funding. So I had like this weird year where I didn't really know what I was doing, but I knew I wanted to tell stories and write plays, so I applied, and it was brill. And then I went off to uni after that, and it was just quite nice because I was like, well, I've got a play that I wrote on this program.
What was it? Do you remember what the play was that you wrote on the program?
It was called Moments, and
Was it?
Yeah.
I know.
So it was a play called Moments, which Alan Stocks and Helen Carter were in, and they were just so lovely, and I still see Helen a lot now. Alan's no longer with us, but he was the most generous, like brilliant guy. He was just like, yeah, you can really do this. And that play when I was at uni was called Moments, and then it went away in a drawer, and then years later we got it out of the drawer, and Kate directed it. So we really, it's entwined with, I hadn't realised how much it was entwined with
Everyman. You only do plays with one word in it. That's the thing, that's the rule.
I have one title. I had one called Empty Beds.
Two words.
Two words. but try to keep it to one.
And Paislie, how did you get involved with Yep? What's
I
your
was
Yep
like
journey?
you know, I was just thinking when you said that, because I was like, how did I get here? Do you know what's so funny about it? So I did telly when I was a kid, pure by accident. And then I was like a youth worker for like 5 years. And then I did a play in Manchester. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, I don't know. How do you I just never worked in Liverpool. It was weird. I'd work everywhere else. And do you know what I did? I feel ashamed. I printed my CV and came down to the Everyman and was like, I'm an actor. Here's my spotlight CV.
that's boss.
Can you just help me do something? And then Mum was like, yes, come child. So I was like, I think I was like 22 or 23. I think I was 22 because I had to leave when I was 23. And I think I only got the year, but I did... we did Alice in Wonderland in Croxteth Park, and I got to play Alice. And then we did the Grid as well. I think we did the Grid first, and then Alice in Wonderland. And then they were like, literally, like, I remember it being my birthday. And it was like, so this is your last show. I was like, thanks, guys. And then 20 Stories High, we're up to 25. So I was like, goodbye. So I went over to them. And then, it was with Yep. And then... I think, obviously, I've come back and then done the Panto, which was Boss.
And Alice in Wonderland again.
And Alice was like,
Mad.
it was so weird. When that happened, I was like, this is really weird. But yeah, then done Alice in Wonderland again. And this is the third one. But it's nice to do this because I think because the other shows have got like music and singing and stuff like that, which I do love. But like, this is just like, this is like a bit of me, this journey. And I feel a bit more like this, feels a bit more grown up than the other two did, because I was playing quite young then. So I got to play someone who's like similar age to me, which is nice. Yeah.
And then you mentioned earlier, obviously, Kieran, our lighting designer, is a Yep graduate as well. So what a beautiful legacy, man. And Team Yep. And shout out to Matt and Tomo as well, who like have been... sort of speaking for you, sorry if I am, but like instrumental in that journey for you guys coming through. So what an incredible legacy that
I guess
is now on this stage.
The after Yep bit for me, Matt Rutter was like huge in that, in like me being able to start doing things properly, you know, like working with young actors and stuff, massive. And I think when you were saying then about like not knowing how you do it, Yep is an amazing place for that, because obviously sometimes, and because it is in that time as well in your early 20s when sometimes you have that feeling, don't you, like you should have already tried these things out or whatever, but you might not. And having that space at that period of time, I just think is vital.
And I didn't go to drama school, so for me youth theatre was like my drama school in a way, like doing it here and doing it with 20 Stories, like that's how I learned everything. And Matt, funny enough, I'd went to college, the arts college around the corner, and he taught me physical theatre. So when I come in, I was like, I know you. But yeah, I think just having people who are welcoming, and I think sometimes these buildings, like if you don't know them, they can feel a bit scary, but just have to come and gag in, don't you? And like, and then if you have and people are friendly and make you feel welcome, and
I think having someone believe in you as well, as a writer in particular. Sorry to you guys.
Someone believes in you. What's that?
There's something about having, like, you know, these people who have said, this is, because it's harder, I think, because you could, I think lots of people do youth theatre and get to do the acting side and get to try it out, but actually getting, you know, some proper actors will say your words in front of you and take you seriously, and then being able to go into all the rooms and be like, well, these guys took me seriously, so you can take me seriously too.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yes, that felt very pointed. Yes,
No,
I do
no.
take you seriously.
It was you.
Jules.
It was like...
I promise I do. But you've had quite like an interesting writing journey, I guess, Jules, like through TV and theatre. Like it's kind of like the opposite way around to like loads of people like make loads of theatre and then go and do telly, but you've done loads of telly and now you're coming here to us.
Yeah. Well, theatre is like my first love and what I've always wanted and loved, and I ran a theatre company for a little bit in my mid-20s that Kate directed in London, but I don't come from the financial backing that can make that feel like it's a feasible thing. And telly would pay me to work. And I love telly as well, and there's a lot of brilliant stories, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. We are paying Jules, by the way.
You are, obviously.
Just, I want to make that clear.
But I think
No, I hear you.
there's something about telly where you can sort of cut your teeth in different spaces and sort of write into other briefs. I did a lot of just wishing I had media training for a second. I've done a lot of very commercial projects, like Christmas movies, which are great because my family believe I have a job, because they can like see, oh yeah, you've done that. But then what's great about theatre is getting to go back and tell the stories that you care about and that you want to dig into, and that no one is going to be like, oh, but what if they turn off in 3 minutes? Because once you buy a ticket, you just have to sit there. Well, fingers crossed.
Potentially need a wee or something. Do you feel like that screen experience has helped you in your theatre writing as well, though?
Yeah, I think it gives you a freedom of, because you get all of these boundaries and barriers sort of put up around you, and knowing that you have to write within those constraints. And then what's nice about theatre is you get to sort of explode it. And I think, putting barriers. I teach writing at some drama schools, and I think giving people really tight constraints can help them to unlock something. And I think it's definitely, well, I hope it's helped.
And for you two, what is your draw to theatre? Like, why is it that you feel compelled to have to make live theatre?
Oh, I just love it when like the room's fizzy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think there's just something about like, you know, when something happens and everyone just goes, ooh, and like, or people lean forward, like that feeling. It's the energetic transfer, I think, whereas, because I love both, I'm not going to lie, I absolutely love both, and I did telly when I was a kid, and I still do a bit now, which is nice. Give me more. But like, I think the difference is like, you don't know what's going on when people are watching it at home. Like, say some people might be like folding the laundry or like washing the dishes or whatever. But in the room, when something happens and you can tell that whatever you're feeling, somebody else is also either feeling or feeling something because of it. Like, there's like a direct impact. And I just think I just love it when you feel like the atmosphere change in a room. That is like what you live for, innit? Like, that's the good stuff, innit? And also, as someone who watches theatre, like, I really love it when I forget my manners and I yell, or I like, you know, I'm like, oh, like, I love it when I can be involved. I think theatre asks the audience to be a participant rather than someone passively viewing in that way. And that's, I don't know if any of that made sense, but that's
complete sense.
That's it for me. Yeah.
And what about you, Kate?
It's community, isn't it? I think for me, we can watch so many like beautiful things happen like on the bus. So you can watch Oscar-winning films like on your phone, and so stuff can. There's no like that's not a like confined audience. But what I think is dead special about theatre is community, and I think the world will tell you a lot that there's no such thing, but there is. And I think when you all come together into a space and you see the people around you, can feel the people around you, it's like, oh no, we're all here together, and that's dead important. And I think watching someone feel something or watch something that happens. A really good friend of mine had always said about like the medium that you use to tell a story. So if you want to show us all about tables, then you could either show us a table, you could show us a photograph of a table, or you could paint us a picture of a table. And there's 3 different ways to talk about tables. And theatre, for me, it's like, if you're going to tell that story, why are you inviting me here? So we're all going to see this story here. So obviously with a play like this one, film would do it loads of justice, because it is, do you know what I mean? But it's about, what is it that we're going to say to everyone? What's the thanks for coming? Thanks for taking time out of your life to come here today, now, together at this specific time, which is so rare. Like, we don't even all watch the news at the same time. Like, that doesn't happen anymore. That's gone. So they're doing this at the same time thing. It's like, what is it about what we're going to make that makes you feel like it was worth coming out of your life for? Do you know what I mean? And that is what people are doing, and it happens less and less now. And it's that feeling of community.
And you get to be present, don't you? Like, I think you can watch, if you want to, like, you can watch a film while you're on your phone playing solitaire or whatever. Like, but...
On 2-speed.
Yeah. You can do... What? You want to tell me what says it? Mind's blown.
I don't do that.
Sure you don't. But yeah, like, I think you get to decide that, like, you can put your phone down and you can just be where you are. And I think that's something that, like, you're getting less and less of as well now, opportunities for it in your life. So I think it's nice. It's like going to see like live music as well. It's the same thing. It's just, you just get to be there. And I just think that's lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
I do think you get to take risks in the stories that you're taking in a way that you don't necessarily within telly. And some telly does, and some telly is brilliant and is the best. It can rival theatre. But like Attachment originally was developed for television a long time ago. And it didn't quite work in that circumstances. And what was great was being able to go back to those stories and that impulse and that research and be like, oh no, we can really take her and put her in the middle of a stage and all of these people around her can live in it in that moment. And it feels like it's a more engaging piece than it would have been the other way around. Having said that, would also love to develop it into TV if anyone's interested.
If anyone's watching, hit us up. Yeah. I am Jules's agent. I take 35%. We're going to talk a little bit about the show in a moment, but before, every podcast we ask our guests to ask a question to our future guests. So we have some questions to you from the Assassination of Margaret Thatcher team, John and Alex. Who is one person currently working outside of theatre that you would love to collaborate with on a theatre project?
I'd like to work with grime artists.
Yeah.
Like, I'd probably like to this is so cheesy, but I would really love to work with JME. I think his brain is fantastic, and literally, funnily enough, I'm going to the cinema to the other Everyman after this because he does these cinema tours where he shows music videos that he just won't release because he's just
mad.
like, come and watch the art, which is just great. But some of the things I've been to a couple of his cinema tours now, and some of the things that I've seen him do are just so clever, and it's like, do you know when you just get to see an artist play and they get to just follow their instincts and go, this is what I like and this is what I think's cool, and I'm trusting that other people will also enjoy it. And he just feels like a very innovative artist. And I think we could make something really, really cool together. So yeah, it'd be JME for me.
I'd come and watch that.
Yeah.
Have you seen his invite only freestyle?
I don't think so, not yet.
When you're on your way, have a look on YouTube. It's called.
It's very sad. I literally have a Boy Better Know t-shirt on. Yes, thank you. I will watch.
It took everything inside of me not to scream, Boy Better Know.
Yeah, literally.
I was like, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt Ben's ears. How about you two? Who would you want to collaborate with?
You can go first.
No, I'm saying you.
Do you know what? Mine's people, just anyone. My favourite thing is just people, just a room of anyone who wants to get involved and make something. And I know that feels like a proper cop-out answer.
That's good.
But
I
think when I think about the stuff that I'm like falling down the shit. When I think about the stuff that I've like back the most when I've been working, it has just been when you watch someone's journey go from someone who doesn't do this sort of thing to someone who does do this sort of thing. So that's my thing. I'll sit at home later and be like, oh, I could have said that. But genuinely that is it.
Yeah.
If I think about where I get my show buzz from quite a lot of the time, I'm going to get a show buzz for you. But when I get that show buzz, it does come from watching the journey happen. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I think, so...
Yeah.
I can fully relate because I direct youth theatre, don't I? And we do Roots and Wings in the Everyman, and I've robbed one of the kids from Roots and Wings, and I've got him in youth theatre now, and he's never done it before, and he keeps going, I don't know if I should be doing this. I don't know. Every week he's like, I don't know if I want to do this, but I'm gonna just do the show, and it is.
And then you'll finish. You'll watch that person finish that show, and you'll be like, so what now?
Yeah.
What's that?
I hate it. I'm never going back.
But then at least and you've had the opportunity to do it in this, and you've been backed properly.
But there's something about young people as well that are just they're the best. They don't worry in the same way as well, They're just like, okay, Like if you're like,
Keep it going.
go and be a plant pot, they will just become one. Like there's no, they're so on instinct, aren't they? Yeah. But
That's wicked.
I'm
I
with
love
you on that. Yeah.
And I love that answer for you because I think you see it in the way that you work as well
Yeah.
as like a proper collaborator and like actually like really inclusive and like holding a room in such a beautiful way that it just encourages people to bring their best offers. So yeah, it's a good answer. It's not a cop out. Don't go home and think about
Try
it. That is the perfect example. Jules.
I like being a dweeb. And I don't know what the topic is, but what I really like is research. So I don't know if there's some type of academic that I could. It's one answer, and then the other answer would be Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. Sure. I can't do that voice.
White Lotus.
And Legally Blonde.
And Legally Blonde.
Got you.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
very
just-
much. Thank you.
She's just got funny bones.
Has she never done theatre though? 'Cause
I'm sure almost definitely has.
Yeah.
But she's not done theatre at the Liverpool
Recently.
Everyman.
Yeah.
Thanks. There you go. Make it happen.
Yeah, Jennifer
We're gonna have a season of Jennifer Coolidge, JME, and everyone.
And
Yes.
everyone.
Great.
Literally just calling people in.
It's called The Everyman.
It's
Yeah,
got, there we
everyone,
go.
innit?
There
Yeah,
we go.
there you go.
All right, next question is from John. How can we as theatre makers adapt the work we create to engage audiences and hold the attention of people who may not engage with theatre in the same way as before? As our attention spans are dwindling.
Do you know
How do you
what
keep
though?
people
Like,
hooked?
I just think people don't. I need to stop myself from going on a rant because I'll do it. But I think audience development is a very important thing that I feel like people just keep forgetting about, and it's frustrating because I've banged on about it. I just go on about it all the time. But it's like, why don't you ask people? Like, I just think it's very interesting that we think there are theatre goers and non-theatre goers, but like, I'm not one of those people who do the whole like talk to people in town thing, but there are people who do that.
Yeah.
And it's like, why don't you just get them to go and stand in town and go, when was the last time you went to theatre? Why did you go? What would make you go? If I give you a free ticket, if you like it, will you promise to get another one? Like just simple things like that, because I think a lot of the times people who are not in this industry don't think it's for them because they haven't really been invited.
Yeah.
And it's like, what for me, I'd answer the question with the question, like, what does it mean to be invited? And I think outreach, we're good at doing. I mean, I think, because I work for 20 Stories High, I think we're really good at doing outreach for young people and getting young people involved in our organisation.
sure.
A lot of the times I think theatres think, oh yeah, we'll do outreach with young people, but what are you doing for adults and what are you doing for, like, I just think it's actually simple but not easy. It's like, go and talk to people and ask them what they want and why would they come and do this, because it's funny, we go, oh, theatre, like, how will you get people? But like, people will spend like, people, I don't know them, friends of mine, will spend thousands of pounds to go and watch Beyonce. Do you know what I mean?
How much did you spend, Paislie?
I'm not telling you.
How many times did you go, Paislie?
HMRC might be watching me. No, but like, do you know what? I did some research and I went 3 times. But like, the thing is though, like, these artists, big artists, they're selling out arenas and they're always sold out. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, why is that? What is it about the relationship they have to those artists? So I think you've got to ask people, what do they want to see? But also I do think, sidebar, stuff like this, not to be like us, but like people who are from the city, I do think that when people can see people who look like them, sound like them, they're telling stories that are written by people who are like them, for them, you're more incentivized to go because you feel represented. So I think local talent, nurturing what's here, like we both went out, did all of us go outside of the city first before we worked here? And that's interesting, isn't it? So I think more seasons like this where you can bring in local, I know in Thatcher we've got like Robbie's in it, and it's like, I think more stuff like that too does help, because then you bring your family and your friends and all that. That was so long, but it was a long question.
It's brilliant. Yeah. I think like that thing about spending, like I went to the cinema for the first time in ages. I never go to cinema because like I'm not going to get a babysitter to go to cinema. But I went to cinema and I spent the money and I was like, right, it's like, it would have been cheaper to come and watch a play at ours. Like, cinemas are spenny, but people go and want to spend. Do you know what I mean? So I think we can do a better job at talking about who and what we are and why we are.
And I think not ever talking down to someone. I think that's, as long as you put on a really good night and it's a good thing, there's very few people I think who wouldn't enjoy it when they get here. It's getting that step through the door.
It's inclusivity, isn't it? I think I know people who, as soon as you walk into a theatre building, they're just like, oh, this isn't for me. Like, for what it's not for them. But normally the responses from those people are the best ones that you get because it's the truth. So like, my dad's going to come and watch the show in previews because I want to go, right, go on. Tell me. And I go, I didn't get that or that way or this or that. And it'll be real and it'll be straight up and it'll be like, and sometimes you'll get a sentence which was like, but maybe I just don't get it. And it's like, no, well, but then whose fault is that? Because I think people who've been in theatre before and maybe felt excluded by it, it's made them feel like they didn't understand something instead of it being like, actually,
It weren't clear.
It weren't clear. Like, no one knew what you were on about. So, like, that's on you. Like, the people who are paid to make the show. But you can't have your audience feeling inadequate because you don't understand it. Because actually, that's not what it is it? So it's like, and I think it's fine, like, like what you're saying is going out and being inclusive with your audience, telling them what's happening, offering tickets to shows, and also hearing the feedback and being like, if someone has got a barrier, finds out what the barrier is and understands it. So if it's like, I didn't really get that, or I was bored, or that didn't make sense, then it's like, okay, this bit's boring and that bit doesn't make any sense. And it's not because you've decided the audience member doesn't know enough to know. Because, you know, if you think of like a BBC drama that everybody loves, people aren't sitting there confused, are they? People are watching it every week. So it's the same. I guess it's the same audience, isn't it? It's just the general public.
But it's funny though, because sometimes like I can watch things and be like, I don't get this, but I'm still happy to be here. Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, so like, I think there's a difference, isn't there, between what you're saying, which isn't even about like not fully getting or fully loving, but feeling like you're allowed to have an opinion on the thing. Like you're involved in it, in the conversation. You're not like excluded from it, or it's like laughing with rather than laughing at. Do you know what I mean? It's that, isn't it? Yeah.
And I think theatre being entertaining and not an endurance sport. Sorry to some theatres. But I think like there's a Martin, I'm going to not get it right, but Martin Pod talked about his photographs being serious photographs disguised as entertainment. And I feel like that's what theatre should be. Like, it should be a good time, and that doesn't mean it can't ever be serious, but it should be entertaining, and it shouldn't be a like, oh God, we've got another 2 hours to go, and it being
There's space for all of it, isn't it? And I think that's such a good reference. Or like if you think about like his seaside photos or something, like you can look at them and just enjoy them, but also you could spend like hours like interrogating each scene and going like, what is this? And I kind of feel like this is kind of what we should be doing and what we do best at the Everyman is like, actually you can come and have an incredible time, but like we are going to make you ask yourself some questions. Do you know what I mean? And like this play is going to make you ask some questions. It's going to make you think about some things, but also you're going to have a lovely time in Matt's company.
You might not have.
Also, go on.
I was just going. You might not have that question now, but you might come up with one in a couple of weeks. When it's been percolating. So.
No, I was just saying, I really just like when I come out and want to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Good or bad. Like, it's I actually would rather hate a play than feeling different. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really love to come out and feel like it's done something to me. Like, it's impacted me in some way. Doesn't mean it has to change my mind about the world. That might happen by accident. But I think when I feel like I've felt something, or I've really rooted for someone, or I've just gone, whoa, that's not what I would have done, or whatever, like you'd like to think, you know what I mean? All of that stuff, isn't it? Like, I went to see a play a couple of weeks ago at the Globe, and I just had to sit in the theatre for 5 minutes afterwards because I was like, whoa. Do you know what I mean? It was actually, I can say, because it was Deep Azure, and Tristan is doing Death of a Salesman.
Death of a Salesman,
Listen, big up yourself, man.
So what's your question for Tristan?
Oh, yeah, we'll do that after.
The next one.
That will be the next one. There you go. So you can think about that. But we're still in your show right now, Paislie, all right? Tristan will have his time. Let's talk. Thank you. And so, I will come to you and ask you for your questions for our next guest after. But let's talk a little bit about attachment. Where did it come from? Where was attachment, births, created, thought of?
The beginnings of attachment. It's been a long journey. I realised when we did our meet and greet, I first started interviewing families 9 years ago.
Wow.
Which is mental, isn't it? I was a baby. But I've been around the care system. I wasn't in care, but my family had been around the care system since I was very young, and I've always sort of been interested in that world and how it's understood. I think it's really misunderstood a lot of the time. And originally it came out of research that I was doing into adoption disruption, which is where people adopt a child and then put them back into the care system. And that's born out of the fact that over half of all adoptive families are in crisis. It's massively underfunded. And my research was really showing that we have like this very Disneyfied view of adoption. Like one of the most common things that we say when people can't have a child naturally is, have you thought about adoption? Rather than these children have very specific needs, and are you capable of meeting those needs? So that's sort of the world that I was in. I was interviewing lots of families who went through adoption disruption. I was speaking to care experienced people, social workers, and that was developed with Warp Films, who made like This Is England. Mark Herbert there, who runs Warp Films, has a family connection to adoption and had a similar thing of we want to sort of explore this whole world. And we had that all developed and it was ready to go. And then telly is a strange thing, and somebody else made a show about adoption, and you can't have two shows with the word adoption in at the same time. So it sort of went in a drawer, and I felt like I'd done a disservice to all of these people that had these stories that were really important. But it was the story of Matt and James and Grace. Yeah. And they went through a different journey, but she went in a drawer. And then 2.5 years ago, a theatre producer called Toby Parsons, who runs Toby Parsons Productions, came to me and he was like, have you got any one-people shows you would like to do? And I was like, there's Matt. And you can't tell the story of adoption disruption in a one-person format because it's so knotty, and really you need a 6-part series. But you can ask...
available.
Yeah, and she's brilliant. But you can ask questions about adoption. And early permanence has sort of increased in... what's the word? It happens more.
Tell us what early permanence is.
So early permanence is where when a young person comes into the care system, at whatever age, they're placed immediately with a foster family who will facilitate contact with their birth family, but who are pre-approved for adoption. So if the relationship with their birth family breaks down, they get upgraded, so they're parents. And the idea is that it means that for a young person in care, they don't have to go through multiple different placements, and that they can form sort of a strong attachment with that foster family. And it comes with risk for the foster family because it might be the best thing for that young person to go back to their birth family, and that is a risk for them to hold. But
the children are at the centre of it, aren't they?
Yeah, and we say in the play, like, that risk shouldn't be in a young person if it can be. Like, it should be with grown-ups who can be cared for around it. So yeah, that has, I think 25% of all adoptions now are early permanence.
Oh wow.
That might be a fake stat. I think it's fact check. But it has exceptional outcomes for young people. So I sort of pivoted Matt's story to being a story about that. And then we did that, and then we brought it to the Everyman, and you guys liked it. And Paisley's been on board since that first R&D year before last, and has sort of, her voice is in it deeply. Like, it was everything I wanted Matt to be and more. And then I turned Matt into more of Paisley because I liked it so much.
And what was it? How's it been for you, Paisley, meeting Matt and that process from R&D to now being in rehearsals, getting ready to put it on the stage?
Yeah, it's like, because obviously you do R&Ds with no expectation, you know. Like, I've done R&Ds before and then not gone on to do the play, and I've directed R&Ds with actors who've then changed for the play, and like, so I always go in them with like, I'm just here to serve the creation of this story as best as I can. So yeah, you just feel like a bit like a vessel. But I read it, so obviously I do a lot of R&Ds, and I actually really love doing them because I'm a very curious person. So I ask a lot of questions. I'm like, but why? And I've had loads of different things, but never a play. And I'm not just saying this because you're there, but genuinely never a play where I read it in the house thinking I'm just going to read something and be like, oh yeah, fine, cool, and sobbed. Like, I literally was like, oh, wow. And it's changed a lot from that first draft. Like, it's, but you just go, oh, this is just what you want to do as an actor, isn't it? Like, you want to play and you want to be able to like really invest in something. And I felt like Matt was a fully formed 3-dimensional human being. She wasn't perfect, and she's like weird, and like she's funny, and she's fucking blunt, and she's all these things. And so yeah, coming in for the first R&D was a lot of like, how old is she? Like, we did like a timeline, you know, all these things. And then I come back and did a second R&D. And that was with a different director as well. So then, and then the audition came up for it for the play. And I was like, oh, like, I just was like, oh, I really hope I get it. But like, again, you've got no expectation. And yeah, like just getting to be where it is now. So I feel like, yeah, I can see how it's funny because I've seen about 4 different drafts of it, and I've seen things go in and then go away and then come back. And I'm like, please get me off this back, and all of that. But I also like, Matt is a neurodivergent woman, and I am. And I just feel like she's so well written. It's never mentioned, do you know what I mean? Like, she never says it about herself, but I know that she is, and there's so much about the way she is and the way she does things that I relate to, that like is just lovely, that that isn't the story. But there's, like I say, she's a person, she's a full I know her, do you know what I mean? And there's things that we are very similar and then there's things that we're really not actually as well, which is nice because you get to bring a bit of yourself into it, but also be curious and open to. There's been a couple of times where I'm like, why is she saying that? And then Jules is like, she is saying it, and there's a reason. And like, and it's cool because then you go, oh yeah, because it's not me, and she would do that in that circumstance, and she, like I say, she's flawed, you know. So yeah, I don't know if I answered the question. I can't even remember what the question was, but it's a dream. It's an absolute dream to get to just put it on and have a play. And yeah, and Kate's dead generous in the room. Like, seriously, like, she, do you know, so much of this is about trust, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And like, trusting, and Kate just lays such a foundation of trust to go, I just have a go and play. And then you get to take risks and fuck around, and some of it's wrong and some of it isn't, and it's all of that. So yeah, I'm having a blast, honestly. I am having a lovely time.
Good.
Yeah.
And Kate, without giving too much away, can you tell us a little bit about the story of Attachment?
It's about children, isn't it? Like, it's about children and childhood and the things that shape us and form us, and the importance and the significance of children and why we have to look after them and what happens. Yeah, what happens to people. I think that's why I feel so passionate about doing it, is because the story's told through an adult woman. But the children is at the heart of it, and and how young people and children experience the world, and the systems that are put in place on top of them. So, and I feel that passionate about that. The transformation that happens to everybody when they become a parent is, I think, like an arc of the play, isn't it? So it's about that transformation. But I think anybody who has become a parent, however they've become a parent, is faced with their own childhood, and I think that's what is beautiful about the show. And I think just it came into my head, I don't know, this doesn't necessarily answer your question, but when you just said then about, you're like, but why? And then Julie's like, it is, and this, the thing that I'm finding so that I'm loving so much about the process of that is that because it is, we have got one actor, there's so much space to understand that. Like, I think the every show that you'd ever work on is completely different, isn't it? But I think what is boss about this is that any actor who would do it differently. And I think what's gorgeous in the space that we've created is that you come at it with all this feeling and the depth that you understand the character to is in you. It's proper in you, and it's really you can feel it, and it's great. And so, and then obviously you're coming at with the rhythm and the structure and what we learn and what we know, and obviously how connected you are to the play and why these things are there, and what boss is being in a room with these two incredible women and hearing it and being like, so what do we need to find? Like, what do we need to get at? Because if you found a gap and you found a gap, then there's a gap. It's like, and I think it's been really cool in that sense. And obviously my whole thing is just, when Matt stands up there, show on. No one else is there, you know, it's yours and it's got to belong to you. And it does already. You can feel that. Because she's doing a brilliant job.
And there have been times when I've been like, she says that, but there have also been, I'd say, far more times when Paisley's like, I don't know about that. And I'm like, oh no, yeah, you are totally right about that. Let's change the one.
But it's the most gorgeous piece of writing. It is incredible. I had the exact same experience as you, Paisley, except like I was at work, not at home, like, sat in the theatre bar sobbing. I was like, I'm supposed to be a professional. I was like, no, like, feel it. Like it is, it does. It pulls you apart and puts you together in like the most, incredible way. So,
That ties
I
us
can't
back
wait to see
into
it.
the good TV versus film thing, because
Yeah.
obviously sometimes you can just press pause and have a cup of tea if you don't want to do it, but you've got to do it. You've got to do it.
Thank you. When does the play open?
4th of June.
Yeah, not July.
Brilliant.
Not July.
4th of June. Brilliant. Thank you very much. We're going to go into our speed round now. We still need to come up with a jingle, guys. We need.
No, that's
Go on, Paisley, give us a jingle for the speed round.
No, I'm under pressure. I do want to go on catchphrase though. This is just a fun fact about me. So yeah, that's my lifelong dream. Genuinely,
Jamie,
you've spoken
gotta
it now.
say, the
Jamie,
6-part series
Beyonce.
of this. The 6-part series of this.
yeah.
Okay,
But
great.
catchphrase.
What TV quiz show are you going on?
I think the only one I could do is Countdown.
Ooh,
That's
clever,
hard.
clever. Yeah. I'm
No,
not going to be good at catchphrase.
but I don't-
I'm just letting you know. I just
No,
want to go on it.
But
I was going to be
I
good.
don't know any general knowledge, like
Nice.
almost like I was born today.
Same.
So, but like figuring out what words you can make from that. Is that even how it happens? I don't think I've watched Countdown for about words.
And the maths as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'd
be
also like to
terrible
be
at
a
that.
judge on Drag Race.
Would
Do you know the way they have like the guests?
Yeah.
But you've got to do something to be a guest first, haven't you? Maybe after this. Do you know what I mean? I'll have made it.
All right, we'll make it happen, guys. We'll make it happen.
Add it to the list. I don't think I could do Countdown. I don't even know where that's come from. I don't think I've thought about it.
Okay. All of these questions, and we'll just go. You can answer them like one at a time.
Yeah.
We won't shout them out because there's too many of us. But they're either like theatre related or they're like childhood type of related things, right? Okay.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. What was you doing before? Cow and chicken?
Cow and chicken.
Yeah.
Cow and chicken.
Cow and chicken.
Cow and chicken.
Yes.
That was like a weird time of like
It's a strange
trippy
time.
cartoons.
People
innit?
were on drugs
Cow
when they
chicken,
made it.
cat dog. Do you remember cat
Yes.
dog?
Yeah.
When there's a cat and a dog connected.
Yeah.
Even Powerpuff Girls, like him in
Yeah.
Powerpuff, like anyway.
Yeah.
Can't
It's
do
an
this
intense
'cause
time.
it'll
Yeah,
become a thing.
Powerpuff Girls was my
Yeah.
favorite show, and Recess. I love Recess.
Oh, yeah.
My
I love
party
Recess.
trick used to. I could
Spinelli.
watch like 5 seconds of any Recess episode, and I'll tell you what
What's
episode
gonna
it
happen?
was.
Yeah.
Also Arthur.
Ashley. When we found out that Finger was an
Football head.
Ashley, Spinelli, is it?
Yeah.
She was like, you're an Ashley.
Okay, all right, you ready, guys? I'm trying to
Sorry,
facilitate something
I'm
here.
so sorry.
Okay,
Go for it.
okay, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks. Swings or slides?
Swings.
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 Okay. Soft play or adventure playground?
Adventure Playground. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adventure
Okay.
playground.
Yeah.
Great.
Which is,
Yes.
Okay, I like this one. A visit to Toys R Us or flicking through the Argos catalogue?
Catalogue.
Catalogue all day.
Sorry, I'm going dead fast. I'm like,
no,
No, you go in Toys R Us.
I'd go into the shop.
Yeah, but then they don't let you buy anything.
I was
Whereas
just-
Yes,
Argos
people don't
catalogue,
just say
you
no.
just dream
You just
and like
think you can get
bought
something
it
off
all.
every page.
they don't
Circle
let
it.
they don't let you buy anything. Is so real though. It's just like you can come and see, but
Yeah.
it's a magical place.
But
that's it.
circling the Argos catalogue feels like you
Yeah,
just
you bought it.
purchased
But if
that
I
thing,
gave
you know what I mean?
if I gave my daughter the cat, she would remember everything that she circled. So it would actually be better to take her into a shop. Yeah.
Okay, detour. Are you as like strict with like buying pointless things for your children as your parents were with you, or are you now the ones that just like, do you go to Smith's toy store and go, yeah, go on?
Depends.
Be honest.
No, depends. I've been trying to, because Leap's got his own bank card now.
Oh,
And he does like, he gets money but he does chores, so
Yeah.
it's like part of that. So I try and say to him with money, like, you've got to save a percentage, and then
Nice.
you're allowed to, like, if you want something, you have to save up for it out of them, even though it's all my money. But still, I'm like, because he wanted this Lego one-piece set. It's like 150 or 100 and something. I don't know. It was expensive anyway. So I was like, you should save up for that so you know what it feels like to earn it. Do you know what I
Nice.
mean? Yeah. Otherwise, these kids are different to me, man. We're not living in the same. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I want you to know what it
Yeah.
feels like to like go, oh, I did that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well done. Play-Doh or slime?
Play-Doh.
Oh, you pause there. Play-Doh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely
Are you sure
hard no
about
to
that,
slime.
I don't like the smell of Play-Doh.
I love the smell of Play-Doh. Is that weird?
No, it's nice.
Do you remember Happy Meals used to have them when I was a kid?
Play-Doh?
You used to
Yeah.
get a tub of Play-Doh. That
Was
was
it?
back in the day when things
Everyone
were good.
started eating it
Yeah.
though, and then it was like,
They had Play-Doh
reminds
and
me
you
of
could
the-
have McDonald's parties.
Yes.
McDonald's
yeah, I had
parties
one.
in the
Yeah,
ball
it's quite
pits.
good,
Oh,
yeah. But the
peak.
smell of it reminds me of that. Well, slime is, it's weird.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Ban slime.
Yeah.
Ban slime. Okay, all right. CBBC or CBBS or CITV?
CITV, you done. Listen, I was on CITV as a kid, so I've got a rep.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
a passion.
was SMTV live ITV?
Yeah,
yeah.
CITV.
I was a
yeah.
big
Yeah.
SMTV
What, who was Dick
live
and Dom?
fan.
Were they
BBC.
CITV? Was they?
No, because
Who did it?
SMTV live was.
And
Oh,
Jack
actually-
and Cat Deely, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Dick and Dom, and they used
I
to
was
like play
laughing, kicking.
bogeys. Do you remember that one?
Oh,
They
yeah.
used to go to like places and play bogeys.
Yeah.
That was Dick and Dom. Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
Wild time. Okay, this is like car trip things, right? I Spy or I went to the shop and I bought.
I went to the shop and I bought.
I'm boss at that. I actually am.
I've never done
If
either
that was
of
a game
those
show.
things in a car. Never.
Never played it. Oh,
Never done it.
We
sorry.
do. We have
next
to
time
do
we're in
I
the car
Spy.
together, Paislie, we're going to play I Spy.
We
We
do
have-
different things.
What'd
Like,
you do?
have you ever done two aubergines? Do aubergines. Okay, different thing. But yeah, we do like, you have to rhyme it. So it's like, with my first aubergine, I'm going to put it in the air. And then the other person has to go like, with my second aubergine, I'm going to comb its hair. Two aubergines. So we do stuff like that. Yeah, we're just weird though.
Of course,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
musical.
Yeah, sorry.
Genius
Yeah,
family,
yeah.
fine. Holding hands or hugging?
Ooh, depends who it is, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we need specifics to
Yeah,
answer that one.
Sue.
All right,
yeah.
fine, all right.
I'm too autistic for that question.
Neurodivergent in the room came.
Fine, okay, all
one
right.
of them
Noted,
hooks
noted. Okay, little cleans across the week or big clean on a Sunday?
Both.
Both. Yeah.
That's
Both.
the only way to do it.
These two are really good cleaners. When I wrote this play, my partner said watching the first draft, watching me write about cleaning was like watching a dog try to walk on its hind legs.
Wow.
I had to do a lot of research about how you do a clean.
Wow, harsh.
You have to do a bit through the week, don't you? Because
Yeah.
otherwise, your
Yeah.
whole weekend is that,
Is the
isn't it?
clean.
Yeah.
And I refuse to have that. So it's like, do a bit through the week, and then on the way it should work.
These are literally like lines
Yeah.
from the play that you're
No, but
reciting
yeah,
right now. You know that.
like
Paislie.
you
Like,
should
you're-
do a bit in the week, and then on your Saturday you do
Yeah.
your like, you know.
Will you like, if someone loads the dishwasher, will you like sneak in there after and like rearrange it to how you
I don't have a dishwasher. Sorry, I'm
nailed it,
sorry about
okay.
you. I wash mine by hand. Yes.
know the job's done?
No, but I don't know. There's some things I don't care about, but there's some things I'm specific about.
Yeah.
No, I'm all right with certain things. Like I like my mum. My mum's really good. She if she comes to my house, she'll wash my dishes for me, and I love that. And it's just lovely. I'm just like, thank you, mum. Like I always say thank you, and she's spotless. You know, like she'll do like the cook at the sides,
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
and it's just I don't think anyone cleans like your mum, do they? But it's funny because if I've put clothes like to dry. And the dry, she sometimes, because I wash clothes inside out. Oh my God, this is so weird. I'm like proper. But I wash clothes inside out.
Yeah.
And then sometimes she'll do me a favour and she'll fold them for me. But she'll fold them inside
Inside out.
And I just have to undo it all and fold it again. Because what like, I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Are you an animal? Like, I don't know. I can't. I can't. I'm like, why would you do that? So yeah, that's the only
Okay,
thing.
all right, thank you.
I think.
Big meal or picky bits?
Picky bits.
Picky bits.
Yeah. Guilty. What is it? Girl dinner?
Girl dinner.
Yeah.
Opening night or closing night of a show?
I think.
I like the fizz of opening.
Yeah, I think probably closing. I don't know. Ooh, both are aren't they? Like, yeah, because I think opening night you're scared, aren't you? Like, I just think I'm always scared because I'm just like, is this going to happen? Like, no matter how many times you do it, there's always that fear of like, are you going to be able to do this? Because it's live. And I think that's what I love about theatre, because it's dangerous, isn't it? Yeah. Anything could happen, guys. But I think the last night for me is always the one I feel the most emotional about, because it's like you're saying goodbye to it, aren't you? Like, if you're not going to do it again. And it's something about like just watching the audience like on that last night, and just I think that's the only time I'm able to fully receive it and step outside of it and go, oh wow, that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think in my role as well, in those first few, you're thinking about it's a working brain, innit? And I think what I love about final shows is it's what it's become without you. You know, it's like it's the journey it was supposed to go on. So it's like you see what the company's made it, because their knowledge of it beyond that point is true to that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, well, this is what the audience receiving, this is what they're feeling, this is what makes sense. So for me, it's like I feel like you watch their show at the end and you watch the show you're trying to make on that opening night.
Nice.
You know
That's a
what I
good
mean?
way. That's a really
All right,
good
last
way.
one. Movie night or series binge?
Ooh, depends, doesn't it?
I feel like I have a head and a heart answer.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I love a series, mate, but recently I've got proper into films again. I don't know if you've seen on my Instagram.
I've seen the reviews.
Someone told me about Letterboxd and I was like, oh, okay. I'll go over there then. But I've been doing... I'm one of those people who people are like, you've never seen Pulp Fiction? You know, like I have, by the way, just before you've come for me. But there's a lot of films like that I hadn't seen. Like I'd never seen Fight Club, you know, stuff like that. So I wrote a big list of films that I haven't seen. And I also went on IMDb Pro and wrote down the top 250 films by hand. Because I'm weird. And I'm just slowly making my way through films at the minute. And what's nice about films is I'm being very intentional and putting my phone away and going, I'm giving this like the 2 hours or the hour and a half. And I'm just really enjoying like the escapism of it and just being really lost in this world for this amount of time. Similar to a play, you know, like I'm going to start and I'm going to finish, and that's that. Whereas I think with series, it's the R.L. Stein, like the Goosebumps, that cliffhanger. I'm terrible, because what I will do is I will watch the whole thing, and then if there's a cliffhanger, I have to watch the first 5 minutes of the next episode before I go to bed. So it's like, do you know what I mean?
So you just put it to bed.
And then you've got to wait like Euphoria, where it's like, oh yeah, and you're going to watch season 3 4 years later. And I'm like, it's a big commitment, in it. So I think films for me at the moment.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you going for?
My film story at the minute is that my New Year's resolution was to watch one film every week. And it worked out that, I think I'm right, it's 1.19% of the week if you watch a 2-hour film. So it's like every week we're going to sit down together and we're going to spend 1.19% of our week, and we're going to watch 52 in a year. And I reckon we're on 4 and a half.
That was such a big build-up,
I
wasn't
was
it?
like, wow, this is this beautiful family
Literally,
moment.
like, yeah.
And no, we watch them with the kids. I just mean films that you don't watch with the kids.
Yeah.
So that's an advert for anyone who's having 3 children. We've spent we've spent 4 point whatever of the year together up to now. So it's going well.
Me and Lee used to do a thing on a Friday, because he goes to basketball on a Friday, and we used to do every Friday, you had to watch a film that I watched when I was a kid. So we watched like all the Jim Carreys and all the Robin Williams, like Jumanji and like all that, and it's good stuff.
Is he into them?
Yeah. He goes through phases then.
Yeah.
But it's because them type of films are so silly, and you don't have that. You do, but it's different now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That like slapstick, funny, mad faces, blah, 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 and all that.
Do you know what I've just thought, those series-wise, Race Across the World's taken over our life.
I've just started this series.
Do you love
Okay,
it?
all right. I'm on episode 1.
I'm not going to say no more. We watch it together as a family, and we're going to a screening for it on Thursday. Race Across the World. We're going to the screening of the final on Thursday.
Did you see that? Let's not hide that. I enjoy it. I think let's talk about what really happens.
Nice.
We've just got the 3-minute warning. It's
like special interest time.
This was the wrong company to try and do a quick fire round with, wasn't it? It was never.
We're never going to know what Julia prefers now.
I know, watch it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, the thing I like about movies is when you're in a room with a load of people at the movies.
Yeah.
That, I think, because it's like there, isn't it? Like, it's hard to beat doing the collective experience. I'm not so good at watching a movie at home. Yeah. So in that, if it's at home, I'd rather watch a series and I'd rather binge it all. But if it was choosing between
Going
that
to
or like
cinema.
going to the movies,
Nice.
yeah, going to the movies is great. You feel like you're four.
Yeah. When you go in the day as an adult.
Oh, also going to the movies by yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a proper treat.
I've
that,
not got
innit?
there yet.
And get like a
Do you go? I can't.
like a
Oh,
tab.
I've done it loads of times. Yeah.
Is it?
I went at like what times did I go? Like 1 a.m. or 4. I went 4 a.m. when the This Is It Michael Jackson film came out, which is mad. And then I did one for Deadpool. I think it was like 1 a.m. or one of them like midnight screenings, and it's boss because you're like, I'm with my people here. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And no one talks. Like people just leave you like because also sometimes it's nice going with people, but also like you don't talk
just wanna
during the
watch it,
film.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's like
Yeah.
a really good place to go on your own.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
Get
I'll
a
report
tap
back.
Diet Coke.
Yeah. Oh, you'll love it.
Nice.
You'll be in there every week.
Like,
yeah.
peace.
Literally.
Peace
yeah,
and quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Tell us again, when is Attachment on?
The 4th to the 13th of June.
There you go.
Amazing.
4th to the 13th
Thank you
of
very
June.
much. And before we let you go, you've had some thinking time now. So can you give us a question for our future podcast guests?
And who will? And that'll be
It will be the team behind Death of a Salesman.
because it's a classic.
Yes.
And what other classic would you like to
Nice.
delve into? And yeah, is there a different way that you'd like to do it that you've not seen?
Yeah, nice. I like that. Thank you.
Linking back a little bit to that, like, why here, why now sort of thing. Is there anything about doing the particular show that you're doing in this city at this time
Nice.
that adds another layer to what the show already is?
Nice.
Boss.
When you watch a show and you feel excited about it or it has a big impact on you, what are the ingredients that make that for you?
Good question.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
question.
There you go.
Nice.
That's
These
a
are
boss
brilliant
question.
questions.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Need to whip myself
Thank you.
down.
Thank you. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it, especially after a busy rehearsal day. I reckon you're probably knackered. So thank you very much for showing up and having a chat. Big round of applause for Jules, Paislie and Kate. Yay!
And Nathan.
Nice. And Nathan. Yeah.
Thanks
for
guys.
having us. Incredible host.
This has actually been really nice. I forgot that the camera was there and I'm like, oh no.
Thank you very much for listening to Live Every Play. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I definitely did. And just a nice friendly reminder that the Everyman Playhouse Theatres are a charity. So if you appreciate the work on our stages and having these conversations on this podcast, please do feel free to head over to our website, everymanplayhouse.com, where we will gladly receive any donations you are willing to give. Thank you very much.